I look after language media, basically Hindi, and I edit the Hindi magazine, British Samiksha. And apart from that, I have got some sectoral responsibilities such as sports, consular, and defense. One thing that it has got a very diverse community here, workforce, and no doubt transparency and work-life balance. And of course, very recently they have introduced flexible working, so that's a very good concept. And of course, 5-day week. um, it gives you and your family to interact with the High Commission staff. I mean, this is an annual event, so I mean they got chance to be here and feel a part of this organization. So, in fact, it gives you an insight to understand uh, the social structure of developed world.
And I work for the assistance team. It is basically assisting distressed British nationals. So it is every day is a new job for me because we have so many tourists coming in here. So it's either lost passports, hospitalization, rape cases, prisoners. So it's a variety of issues which I find working as a consular assistant. And basically I can talk about the consular department. So they look out whether we are outgoing, whether we can meet people and speak, because the job which we have here is more of meeting people. And people ask me, where are you working? So when I say I work at the British High Commission, so that gains a lot of respect for me. So when they hear it, oh, you work at the British High Commission, an embassy, so it makes me feel proud, oh, I'm working for a good place.
Well, I studied music originally, and then I did a master's in pop music, and then I went on to do a law degree and joined the Foreign Office from there. We've done some fun things actually. We've made a rap video, which we did to promote student visas and to explain what the guidelines are and how to go about applying for a student visa. We made a 200-metre poster, which we put outside the British High Commission on the High Commission wall, and that showed some of the issues relating to climate change and the dangers that we face as a planet if climate change continues the way it is, and some of the benefits that will happen if we have a more sustainable. Once a year we have something which is called Not the Olympics, and that's a sporting occasion and everybody can play different sports, cricket matches and football matches and swimming galas and triathlons, and that's great because you get everybody from the gardeners and the drivers up to the High Commissioner taking part in that, so that's really good. Also, different departments have different away days, so we had an away day in part of Delhi when we did some photographic training, and that was good fun. Other people have gone to different parts of India where they have team building sessions and they get to meet their colleagues and do those kind of things. So there's lots of opportunities for having fun as well as doing work. Every day is something different, and I'm working with different people and moving around and seeing different things, and also travelling around India because the High Commission is in Delhi, but we've got Deputy High Commissions in other parts of India, and so I've got staff who work with me and for me in other parts of India, so I get to see them quite a lot as well and travel around India. So overall I think it's a great job and a great place to work.
Well, I'm consul, I'm based in Delhi, but since arriving here I now have responsibility for the consular sections across the whole of India. My job, to all intents and purposes, is to provide a service to British nationals, either who are resident or who are visiting. So if they want to register a birth or a marriage, or it really falls to us, if there isn't anyone out there, to actually help them, to try and give them a helping hand so that they can try and find their way around the system and get as good a service as possible. Actually, there's 11 of us here, and there are 2 UK based, and the rest of our team is Indian. 11 of us who went on a trek along the base of the Annapurna in Nepal, and we were a mixture of men and women that were locally engaged and UK based. And out of the 11, I think there were 6 different government departments that were represented. And the nice thing about it is that most of us had actually not worked with other people, so we got to learn a little bit more about what other individuals did in this huge mission. But we also found out that so many things that we actually had in common, you know, the people who like diving and other people who like photography, irrespective of what grade you were or whether you're an Indian or a Brit or an Australian or whatever else was actually there. So you forgot about the sort of the differences or cultural differences and so forth, and we actually blended really well as a team. Since then, we've actually remained really good friends. Also, one shouldn't be dismissive of the Indian nationals. They're very hard-working, very, very talented, lots of skills, and you can just see it from the the whole spectrum of people that we've got here. Almost all of them are sort of, they are very, very clever people, and perhaps we're teaching them additional skills that they need for the specific job. And I think in the long run, they're learning so much more from actually being with us in the first place, in particular the exposure to foreign nationals and the international element of what we're doing here. I know the consulate is not perhaps the best example, but certainly in other parts of this building.